Welcome to Cheater Confessions. Let's get started with today's story. Amanda and I had been married for 8 years. 8 years that felt stable, warm, and ordinary. We had 2 kids, and even though we had our ups and downs, I believed our foundation was strong. That was until last Saturday. We were invited to a party by one of Amanda's friends, Celeste. I didn't know Celeste all that well, but Amanda seemed excited about it. "Oh, it'll be fun," she'd said. With the kids staying at my mom's for the weekend, I didn't really have any excuse not to go. Amanda continued, "Come on, everyone will be there and it'll be nice to do something different for once." I agreed, though in hindsight I wish I'd paid more attention to that different. So we went. The place was packed and the music was already thumping. People were dancing, laughing, drinks were flowing. On the surface it looked like any other party. But as the night wore on, I started noticing things. The way people were eyeing each other, touching each other a little too openly. A guy I didn't know gave Amanda a grin that was too friendly, and she actually returned it. "Hey, Liam," Amanda nudged me. "Lighten up. Here, have a drink." She handed me a cocktail that was stronger than I expected, and I sipped it, trying to shake off the strange vibe I was picking up. Then came the announcement. Celeste's husband, Joe, gathered everyone in the living room, holding a huge glass bowl. "All right, everyone," he called out. "It's time for the raffle." People around me cheered, and Amanda's face lit up like a kid at Christmas. "Wait," I whispered to her. "What's this raffle thing about?" Before she could answer, Joe explained it. "All the wives drop your keys in the bowl. Then each husband will randomly pick one and spend the night with the woman whose key they drew. No strings attached." A murmur of excitement rippled through the crowd. And that's when it hit me. This was a swingers party. I looked at Amanda, wide-eyed. I had never been so mad at her before. I grabbed her by the arm and pulled her into the kitchen. "Did you know about this?" She looked back at me, not a hint of apology in her eyes. "Yes," she said simply, a small smirk tugging at her lips. I felt like the ground had fallen out from under me. "And you didn't think it was worth mentioning?" She shrugged. "I knew you'd freak out and you wouldn't agree with it, so I didn't tell you. It's just one night, Liam. One night of fun. Couples do this all the time. They say it's good for the relationship." "Amanda, this isn't what I signed up for. I thought we were here for a regular party, not whatever this is." She sighed, exasperated. "Look, it's just one night. We're here. Let's have some fun. You're blowing this out of proportion. Think about it. Both of us get to be with someone new just for tonight. It's no big deal." "No big deal?" I nearly laughed at the absurdity. "You really think me sleeping with someone else, or worse, you sleeping with someone else, is no big deal? Since when was that on the table in our marriage? Grab your purse, we're leaving." She crossed her arms, her face set in frustration. "Look, I'm tired of the routine, Liam. I feel invisible sometimes, like I'm just a mother and a wife. I need this night. I need to feel seen, to be desired." "So you want another man to make you feel seen and desired?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. "What about me? I thought that was my job." She looked away, her voice soft but firm. "It's just tonight. I'm not falling in love with anyone. It's not like that." I took a step back, trying to process her words. "And I'm supposed to just be okay with that?" She met my gaze, unflinching. "You don't understand. This isn't about love. It's just one night. It will actually be good for us. It will bring something new into our marriage." I shook my head, unable to believe what I was hearing. "We are leaving, now," I said, my voice trembling with rage. I dragged her back into the living room, each step fueled by pure anger. Everyone was gathered around the bowl, their eyes gleaming with excitement, eagerly waiting to pick their new partner for the night. Amanda tried to pull away, but I didn't let go. I turned to face the crowd, my voice shaking with fury. "I wasn't told what kind of party this was," I spat, glaring at everyone around us. "I'm not sharing my wife with anyone. Do you understand that? Not tonight, not ever. This is insane." I dug through the bowl and pulled out our house key, recognizing it by its red keychain. Holding it up for all to see, I said, "My marriage is sacred, and I don't condone this." There were a few murmurs from the crowd, but I didn't care. I turned to Amanda, who was livid, her face flushed with embarrassment. I gave her an ultimatum. "Amanda, it's your choice, but decide now. Come with me and leave this nonsense behind, or stay, and never come home. I'm leaving." The entire room fell silent as all eyes turned to Amanda. After a tense pause, she spoke, her voice tight with frustration. "I'm sorry for my husband's behavior," she said to the group. "I'd love to stay, but I suppose it's best if I leave." Begrudgingly, she followed me to the car. "You're insufferable," she hissed as we got in. "How could you embarrass me like that in front of everyone? We'll never be invited to another one of their parties." "Embarrass you?" I shot back, my voice trembling with anger. "What about how you embarrassed me by not telling me you planned to sleep with another man tonight? You could have picked another woman and we both would have enjoyed ourselves." "I don't want another woman, Amanda. I've always been faithful to you, and I'm disgusted that after 8 years of marriage you want to sleep with someone else." "It would only be once, Liam. Just one night, out of all the nights we've shared. That's not much to ask, is it?" "It's a lot to ask," I snapped, my grip tightening on the steering wheel. "This isn't some small thing, Amanda. It's a big deal," I said, pulling over abruptly. "But if this means so much to you, then fine." I made a sharp U-turn and sped back toward Celeste's house. Amanda let out a yelp as I swerved the car. "What are you doing, Liam?" "If sleeping with another man is that important to you, then go ahead." I slammed the gas pedal, my tires screeching as I sped down the road. "There's still time for you to enjoy your adventure." Her face went pale. "What are you saying?" "I'm saying you can go ahead and join them, Amanda. Go find someone else to give you what I apparently can't. It's just an adventure, Liam. Something different. You're perfect, but I need this." "Well, I don't want any part of it," I shot back, my voice hard. "I've been faithful to you, and I'm not about to change that now. If you go through with this, it's over between us." Amanda hesitated, her hand on the door handle. "Can you pick me up in the morning?" she asked, a note of hope creeping into her voice. I glanced at her, unflinching. "I'm sure whoever you end up with will be happy to take you wherever you need to go." Her expression soured. "You make it sound so dirty, Liam." "It's not like that," I muttered, but my voice was shaking with emotion. "It's exactly like that, Amanda. You're about to spend the night with a stranger." She sighed, looking away. "It's just one night. It's not a big deal." "Even 1 second would be too much," I said firmly. "If you go through with this, we're done." She didn't seem to understand. "You are overreacting, Liam. I will be yours again in the morning and you'll forget all about this." "No, Amanda. If you walk back into that house, I will never want you again." "That won't happen, Liam. We're married. We will get through this." I shook my head, my voice cold. "If you go in, it's over." Amanda hesitated for a moment, then opened the door. "See you in the morning, Liam," she said with a defiant smile. "No, you won't," I whispered, barely audible as I drove away, leaving her standing in the driveway stunned. I hoped she'd call, admit she was wrong, and ask me to come back, but she never did. As I drove, tears filled my eyes. Amanda had chosen a stranger over me, over our marriage. When I got home, I packed a bag, too angry and hurt to think straight. Then my phone rang. It was Amanda. Reluctantly, I picked up. "Hey," she said, almost casual. "I just wanted to check on you. Look, I got paired with someone. I think his name's Ben. We're about to go upstairs." I felt like I'd been punched. "Are you serious, Amanda? You're calling to tell me this?" "Calm down," she said. "Tomorrow will be different. You'll see. It's going to change things for us." I was too furious to argue anymore, so I threw my phone on the table. She hadn't even understood how much she'd just destroyed. As I sat there, staring at the phone, I realized she hadn't ended the call. Then I heard her voice, low and intimate. "Oh my God, that feels so good," she murmured. And then louder, "Harder. Please go harder." I wanted to tear the phone apart. Then an idea struck me, and I hit record. Part of me knew I'd need proof. Proof that she had chosen to throw everything away in one reckless night. She had no idea I could hear her, and I don't think she would have cared if she knew. I went to our room and began throwing my clothes into a suitcase. I grabbed other necessary items, anything I could quickly gather, and threw them in the car. Once the car was packed, I went back inside. I walked over to the shelf where our wedding photo sat, our smiling faces frozen in time. I grabbed it from the frame and tossed it aside. Then I reached for the marriage certificate we'd kept framed on the wall. I tore both in half and threw them on the floor. I couldn't look at them anymore. I couldn't look at anything in this house that reminded me of us, of what I thought we had. With everything packed and my heart in pieces, I left the house. I drove to a hotel, needing to be alone, needing to escape for a few days to figure out what came next. But deep down, I knew I would never be able to forget what she had done. That night, I couldn't sleep. My mind was racing, so I called up my friend Josh, and he met me at a bar near my hotel. I told him everything. He listened, eyes wide, and then he put a hand on my shoulder. "Listen, man," he said. "You don't have to put up with this. My cousin is a lawyer. I will set you up with him. We will protect your assets. Make sure you only pay child support, and that she doesn't take half of what you've worked for." "What about the kids?" I asked, feeling the weight of it all. "I don't want to lose them." Josh nodded, thinking, "It's tough, but maybe this recording will help. If we can prove she's at fault, it might sway the court in your favor." After a few more drinks, we talked through the details one last time before I finally headed back to my hotel room, my mind still spinning. The next morning, Amanda called again. After a moment of hesitation, I realized I'd have to face her sooner or later, so I picked up. "What do you want, Amanda?" I asked, cutting straight to the point. "What do you think I want, Liam? I want my husband to come home," she replied, her voice trembling with emotion. I took a steadying breath. "After what you did last night, that's impossible," I said coldly. "Don't say that, Liam, please. Don't you dare say that. It was just one night, okay? I only slept with him 4 times and once this morning. I needed this. You just don't understand." Her voice was desperate. "Can't you come home so we can fix this?" I forced myself to stay calm, my voice flat. "Amanda, do you realize what you've done? You didn't just cross a line, you shattered it." "I love you, Liam. It wasn't about you. It was about what I needed," she insisted. "That's exactly what brought us here, Amanda," I replied bitterly. "You put yourself first. You didn't think about me or our kids." I took a deep breath, letting the weight of my next words sink in. "I have filed for divorce. You will hear from my lawyer next week." She started crying then, saying she didn't mean to hurt me, that she didn't care about Ben. She just needed to feel wanted. "I thought it would make things better," she sobbed. "I thought it would bring us closer." "There's nothing left to fix," I said, my voice breaking. "You made your choice, Amanda." The divorce process was finalized after 6 long months. Eventually, the court didn't give me custody of the kids. Amanda got the house, and I was stuck with weekends, watching my children grow up from a distance. It took me a long time to accept it, and I missed my kids fiercely. But I couldn't go back to Amanda, and in the end, I didn't want to. I poured myself into my work, built a new life, and over time, I healed. My weekends with the kids became our sacred time, and I made each visit count. In the end, I realized that although I'd lost so much, I hadn't lost everything. I still had love, family, and the resilience to start over. And with that, I found peace. Thank you for watching.